Do you guys want to know what's the inside secrets of what it's like being an Asian? And also the huge flaws that we have that usually came from the way we were brought up from childhood that is hindering our success. This is what we'll be discussing in this video, so stay tuned. And also my friend Daum will be joining us for this video.
Hello, my name is Daum. I'm a Korean girl raised in China for 11 years and now I'm studying here in Japan. My goal is to bring Asia together and share what we have in Asia to the world. However, we have so many issues like historical conflicts that we have within Asia, especially in East Asia. But when we get together, I believe that there's so much power and so many things that we can bring to the world and change this world a much better place by bringing Asia together.
So Daum,
Yes.
why do you think Asian parents have so high expectations for their children?
Well, I think it's because of the competition.
Competition?
For example, when kids go to school, moms usually gather up in like a cafe in Asia and they talk about who did well and who did bad. And then after they get back home and when they see their kids, they put lots of pressure on them, saying, that boy got 100%, but what are you doing here? Like, you got 70%. Oh, I failed the test.
Oh no, it's fine, no problem, it's okay.
Really?
You do better next time.
Yeah, thank you, mommy.
Oh, I failed the test.
What, Jeet? Again? No dinner for you tonight, Jeet. Come on.
So why do you think following rules is so important in Asian culture?
I think it's necessary. Like sometimes when you go to Western countries, you might find things too chaotic.
Oh, chaotic.
Yeah, because of not having such strict rules.
What do you think is the good balance? Do you think Asian culture is balanced in terms of following rules?
As a person who lives in Korea, China and Japan, like China, if you look at the language itself in China, it's very direct and people focuses on themselves and they express what they have. But however, in Japan, they are very considerate. They care about the others. They put themselves in other people's perspective first. So in that sense, you know, Japan, I think it's necessary to follow those rules, which might not be the case in China or Korea. I think it really depends. 이제 깜 많은 제 주위别人让开. 저기 좀 비켜주실래요? すいません. ちょっとすいません.
So when we think of Asians, what do we think of? High achievers, right? And maths,
science.
Science, all these like difficult ass subjects. How do you think just being a high achiever, how do you think these things affect our happiness levels?
We need to keep in mind that we are human beings. We have emotion, we have happiness.
Yep.
Being a high achiever, I think it's more like we are created that way. We're like a robot. Like for high achiever, if you think about them, they do so well. Yeah, it's so true. Somehow it's because of their parents, because they force them to do so, they do well. There are some people who achieve well. However, when you look at the happiness level, Asia is like way below compared to...
yeah.
And Korea has the highest suicide rate.
And Japan also has a super high suicide rate as well, right?
But despite the fact that we have such high achievement, we're so high in technology, Korea is the fastest internet in the world. But if you look at our happiness level, it's just opposite, complete opposite. But why is that? It's the question that we really need to think about. And there has been lots of debate regarding to this. But the main problem is we're human beings, we have emotion and we have feelings that within ourselves. And when these emotions and feelings are killed, it just brings down your happiness level. And that kills the value of human beings and value of living. And that's such a pity.
From that, can you say that results doesn't exactly equal happiness?
Well, result can bring happiness, but the main thing depends on the process, like the progress. For example, if you have a goal and you yourself tried so hard to achieve that goal, that brings you happiness. But when you're forced to do so, you don't really have the progress. You're just guided to one direction.
Because you have to, right? Not because you want to.
Yeah.
So what do you think what we should do more to promote better happiness level?
I think we need to start telling those educators that education is not something that you just purely memorize. You sit down at the desk, you memorize everything, you memorize all the textbooks and stuff. Education is something that comes from anywhere. Like for example, walking down to nature. You can learn so many things just by walking down to nature, or even by just going to aquarium. It's so much better than learning from textbooks. And there are so many other options, alternatives for you to learn. And Asian educators need to start different ways to approach to education. I mean, human beings at first, we never learned from textbook. We learned from the nature. We learned from the way we live. Yeah, I think that's the best way of living.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
Do you think the current Asian education systems for most Asian countries are flawed? Is flawed?
Yes, we put too much focus on the result, which is a huge
results,
problem. And the numbers. We put too much focus on the numbers. And for example, like Korea, a Korean SAT test, you can only take it once. You only get one chance.
One chance.
One chance.
And if you fail, what happens?
If you fail, you can't go to university. You need to study one more year and then take the
Oh
test.
my.
What if you get sick on that day? You
can't take it.
You can't take it. It just doesn't make sense logically. Like having just by judging them by numbers and tests and to judge a person, I don't think that's the right way for us to judge a human being.
And there's a saying like, focus on the process instead of the results. And just focusing so much on the results really kills your creativity sometimes, I think. Any final words you'd like to say?
Although we talked about some of the downsides of Asian education, there are also lots of good aspects of Asian education. But the most important part is there are some things that we need to learn from Asian education, and there are some things that we need to learn from Western education. And I think the most important part is to combine those together. And it's a globalized world, and it's 25th century. Things need to be changed. Everything's connected. And right now is a very good starting point for us to bring everything together and create what's really for human beings.
And it's amazing to be living in such a time like this. Like you have the internet and like information, everyone's just collaborating, and I think we can, if we work together, as you said, with your goals, I think we probably can create something amazing. That's what I think.
Most important thing, we need to keep in mind that we need to enjoy every process and enjoy every part of life.
Great! Anyways guys, this brings us to the end of the video. For you guys that don't know, Daum actually runs a YouTube channel. You want to tell me about your channel, please?
My channel is basically me traveling and me eating everywhere. But it's like a freestyle, it's like vlogging video. Feel free to subscribe.
Yeah, I'll definitely put her channel and all the information stuff in the link below, so be sure to subscribe to Daum Kim. As always guys, take action in your dreams guys, and best of luck. My name is Jeet, and I'm just simply Jeet.
My name is Daum, and I'm just simply